So today we are here at our labs chatting with Lucretia Splinters. And I'm so excited about this conversation. So Lucretia is the whole reason that I am participating in the Facebook Accelerator program. Last year when I was kind of knocking around the idea of it, Lucretia had a conversation with me one day on video where she was like, come on Mel, you've got to do this thing. You have to do it. And here I am. So I thought that today it would be really cool to chat with Lucretia and just find out what her experience of the Accelerator program was like. So Lucretia, you were in the 2021 cohort.
Yes, and thank you Melanie for having me. It's so great to meet Melanie finally for the first time. The Accelerator was probably one of the most amazing experiences of my life. It helped to empower me and people, a community of people that really needed the resources, know. And for me, also just having the online community's experience and translating it into the offline world, just having the opportunity to support, where we can, and also to help us to be sustainable as communities, whether you're a general community or running a group that supports the fabric footprint of the planet, whether you run the largest octopus group and club in the world. Yeah, so it's been really great because now we also tie it in with community management, with all these programs that we have going. We have now been able to slot into a community that I actually created after the community that I participated in the Accelerator with, because I was so inspired by my cohort, by the community managers that are part of the Facebook Community Learning Labs group as well. So then I started an entrepreneurship group in Mitchell's Plain, where we are at right now, and it's just been booming. It's my company, private company now, a community group that turned into my first private company, my first own private company, and it is also one of the very first Meta-certified companies in the world.
So did you think, when you started a Facebook group, that it would lead to you having your first certified real company?
No. You see, with the Accelerator, it's a huge program. You really have to be prepared for it. And yet I had some of my cohort that had jobs on the side as well, not just having, because a lot of us, we have our own things going. We either have our own businesses, we are entrepreneurs in our own rights, or we have jobs, or you're just doing full-on community management. And, just being in the company of doctors and lawyers and thinking, oh, wow, how do I fit into this spectrum? But we're all there for a common goal, to help, to support our communities that we have actually created. People always think that we're playing around on Facebook, and I think we've had these conversations so many times. Yeah, it's been hectic, and just to show that, what we are doing is actually relevant. Look at what happened during the pandemic as well. The pandemic taught us so much. We couldn't have that face-to-face contact, And now, I think it's so important having all these online communities. I think there are about 50 billion Facebook groups, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, and from learning from the learning programs that we did during the Accelerator, I literally use so many of the techniques that I've learned, through our Facebook Community Learning Labs program, and Accelerator just boosted everything. And then, I'm constantly creating groups that are for relevant purposes. But, I found myself in a space where, we're keeping on supporting people with feeding, and feeding is not sustainable. So I find entrepreneurship to be a good vehicle to get us out of the poverty cycle, which is why I started the Facebook group for people in marginalized communities, which is actually was one of my end goals at the end of my Accelerator program. I wanted to use that as a pilot program for more like communities in the Greater Western Cape area, because I work with various community leaders and stuff as well. And yeah, it's actually happening. I'm literally like, even with the group that is now my company, we're at about 3,200 members now since October 2021, and we are featuring in about 30 countries, the membership.
Okay.
So that's the great thing about having the insights.
Yes.
And it's also been great because of the Upcycled Cloth Collective. We have so many amazing people here that have been very much involved in the textile industry. So with the history, especially with Cape Coloured people of Cape Town, a lot of our people used to work in the factories, 80s, maybe late 90s, I think. But then, you know, once people decided to support products and clothing from various other countries, you know, it kind of put a whole damper on that whole industry. Like it seemed to have wiped out a whole industry of people that were working but working with fabrics and textiles. So now we sitting with a lot of people with this talent or skills and not really having too much to do. But it's been amazing having Melanie come in, inspiring and doing workshops and programs, you know, because now we've connected. We are actually living out Meta's mission of bringing the world closer together in a way.
I love it.
Because I mean, Melanie and I, we've been so connected for such a long time.
So on that note,
Sorry.
I'm very interested. So I have an online community, but because it's global, I don't get very much contact with my global members one-on-one.
Yeah.
What's it like for you to manage a community where your online and your offline are very closely connected? And the people who you speak to online are also the people in your street who you see every day.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm asking is in our group, the only way to maintain order and people being kind and respectful to each other is to have a hard ban on those who are not.
Yeah.
It works in a global setting. Not so easy to do when that person maybe lives in the house next door to you. So how do you navigate that?
You know what, I actually don't have any issues in my groups at the moment when it comes to members complaining about my style of how I run things, because I mean, I manage multiple groups. And yeah, I think it's about setting the tone and actually creating boundaries, because that's a problem that I've had before with not setting out boundaries and suffering from burnout, you know, because it's still the energy of people, whether you're in the online or offline space, it's the same energy, you know. But yeah, it works for me somehow because I'm into community management. I know, even my WhatsApp groups, a lady contacted me one day because WhatsApp communities started, I think the end of last year sometime, and I set up a WhatsApp community with multiple groups in it. And one lady actually found me through a WhatsApp community, not on Facebook or Instagram, which is also why I think it's very important for our communities to feature on multiple platforms, and especially Meta's platforms. It's like the perfect family of apps, you know, for you to use for yourself, business or brand, your community at least. Yeah.
So if you had to choose between those tools, WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram, which of those is your favorite to work with?
Facebook has been number one, from the beginning. Facebook has been the first social media kind of platform that I've ever been on. You know, after sending, in the old days, we promoting events and we're sending emails to everyone, you know, hoping to get our message out there. And then, you know, the cost of print media and stuff, you know, but social media is just instant, so it just makes life much easier.
If you had to choose just one, which one would you pick?
I would stick to Facebook. Well, I can't choose. It's the trifecta. You know, Facebook is just the big out there, you know. WhatsApp, for example, my mom's on WhatsApp and she says she's not on Facebook, but she lies. She's got a Facebook account to verify her gaming apps.
Okay.
So she'll always check, oh, I've got this notification. You check what this aunt is up to, you know. But she refuses to be on Facebook, you know. So I love WhatsApp. It's you know, you in contact with family or close people that you just like really need to connect with instantly for direct communication. And Instagram is lovely. It's got that whole, it's like a magazine basically, like a flip book. You know?
Yes.
So, but if I really had to choose, it would be Facebook.
Okay, and why do you say that?
Because Facebook is well, I will have a wider reach. I could be in contact with more people because one of the really good things about Facebook is that if you don't have anyone on WhatsApp and you find them on Facebook, you can still communicate with them without having the mobile number. Because for WhatsApp, you need to have a mobile number.
True story.
And then Instagram, I think Instagram doesn't have enough features for me to go deep into community management. I mean, you're still managing a community with whatever social media platform you're using. But Facebook, I think Facebook's got a lot of new features now as well, because you can create rooms and then you can connect to Messenger via Facebook. So some people don't have the Messenger app installed, but you can still connect directly, technically, on Facebook. So Facebook's kind of got it all. Okay. And like with pages, if you don't have if I couldn't have Instagram, we've got Facebook pages to be like your shop front. So Facebook has a solution for
I love it. We such Facebook movies. In case you hadn't noticed. So you have some very, very exciting plans moving forward. Do you want to share them with us?
For the Mitchell's Plain Entrepreneurs Hub.
Yes, for the Mitchell Plain Entrepreneurs Hub, and also for your plans around growing content creators in your area.
Yes, so there's so much. So within my Meta certified company, I have a few different projects that I've started on. So I always think of, okay, and it's actually so much more fun for me than looking for food to feed people, because it's sad. We don't want to be promoting poverty. Do you know what I mean? In a sense. So within the hub, we have a Youngpreneurs program going.
Okay.
Bloom Empower Women, women empowerment, obviously. And then I've also launched a community market. We're into our 4th run now, so it's really great. It's really helping to build our economy in a sense, or supporting people that want to be independent within themselves.
And how many traders do you have at the market?
About 50.
Okay.
50.
Okay, and how often does it happen?
Once a month, on the first Saturday of every month.
Now, I happen to know that you've got some ladies trading at your market who are working with Upcycled Textiles. Can you tell us a little bit more about them?
Well, some of them like repurpose denim, for example, and you add lace inserts, and they're just all very excited. I think a lot of people feel that it's not for our communities, you know, it's for communities of other demographics. And so it's also been great to have Melanie come and just show like, hey, we can just bring in that energy back, even though we do have the energy, but to show that, hey, we can, like, it doesn't matter where we are at, you know, we can create that beauty. And I think also so there's actually quite a few of our vendors that are thrifting and doing the upcycled, not just with fabrics, they're using all kind of any recycled materials that they can find. And it is amazing to see what's actually coming out. It's like people coming out of hiding, basically, you know?
Amazing, amazing. And what do you enjoy most about your market?
The people. At the end of each market, you know, when I get home and I lie in bed and then I feel like I have FOMO, I feel of missing out, because I never really get to experience all the amazing cakes and just what's on offer. Not just cake, like anything. There's like a variety of stuff, because I'm always talking to people and making sure that, okay, everyone's cool, you know? So I need to get more into the experience that I'm creating. Do you understand, if that makes sense? Instead of just kind of checking.
Maybe you should train up somebody as a second so that you can
I do actually have a few people.
Okay.
So,
and
then what I've actually also done with the market, what I found I had great success was with the WhatsApp call to action. So I have a page for everything. So I don't necessarily need to create another group for each project of the hub. So I do have a page or an Instagram everything. But I found that when I advertised for my vendors and I added that WhatsApp CTA, I tell you, people would contact me all day, every day. So I'm like a call center, but it's like a free call center. So that's cool because it also means that we can create jobs around that. Do you understand? So I'm also hoping, like I think Melanie mentioned about me scouting for content creators. So I think we have a lot of amazing talent and people just come up with I feel like we are the content creators here, but people can't always afford the top of range equipment, or they don't have all the resources or support. So I just want to help them, get onto a more professional level. Not that I'm into too much video creating at all myself, but showing them that, hey, you could also study community management. There are all these other courses you can do, because I think with a lot of content creators, some of them also feel that people think that they're just playing around on social media, that it's not a job. You are kind of looking like loafing, they call it loafing. It's like a local word where you just begging basically, but it's work. So it's also, and in our communities where we lack, I think it's a good way, content creation is a good way to sustain people. If not, why not? So I would love to grow agency within my company,
So that's where your business is going. You're going to become an agency for content creators.
Not only content creators, still even traditional marketing services, but digital and social media marketing, the whole trip. Yeah, because if I am learning so much, and if I can be in the company of all these amazing global community managers, social media people, I should be, and now having a Meta certified company, I should be establishing, and I should be having that footprint.
Yes. Yes.
And that it can happen from a historically marginalized area. I'm so happy and so proud.
I am so proud of you, because I was just thinking now as I was listening to you talking, you're so humble about what you do. And yet only 140 people around the world participate in that accelerator program every year. And I know we've only got 1,500 of the top community managers in sub-Saharan Africa in our learning group.
Yeah.
So if you triangulate around that data, you're right up there. Okay. In the top of the top.
We're there together. And it's not an ego thing. I think it takes a lot. I would say it's kind of, even with working in community, and I always go back to the fact, because we do a lot of online work, people think, you can't really be doing real work, But I think it's also a calling, Yeah, there are some people out there that do it for clout or do it to just have control over people because they can't do it in real life. But maybe that was a bad example. But what I love about social media and what Facebook actually planted, like that seed for me, was like combining what I love, like community and social media. Yeah.
What has been your most challenging thing about being a community manager?
You see, like the way I operate, like I'm from the people, by the people, for the people, kind of thing. And when I get people that feel that, or they might not know me, and they feel that I'm just coming in there to use a community for my own purposes, or just that, because even in the non-profit space, when it comes to community, we're always touching on the non-profit space. It might seem like an easy way to go about work or, outputs, but it's really just, you really need to be authentic in the mission. The only reason why, and that's the only reason why I am still here doing what I am doing. I do have a physical condition you can't see right now because I'm not in my device, but that is also like I have challenges from the moment I wake up, Every day, I have to decide how I'm feeling, and that, decides my day for me. But then again, being in the online space,
Yes.
it sorts everything out for me.
Do you feel that the online space and remote work is giving people with disabilities more equal opportunities?
I would think so. And honestly, I have ignored that whole disability sector in a sense, because it's been a shame for me, and I don't want people to have pity on me, which is why I've never even touched on disability awareness locally, which I think I'm definitely going to, because it's something that I have to take ownership of myself, but I also think, like you say, it does make things easier, because you can connect with who you need to. You don't need to go and be in that office. I don't need to take a 4-hour flight to go meet Melanie or whatever. I can do it online. And also through Facebook, because we can do live video rooms and stuff as well. So, but yeah, I think it definitely makes life easier. But we still need to not forget that there's the real world as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah. So it's also good to, no matter how much we love social media, it's also good to have balance.
Totally. So how do you find a balance between your online, because to me, so for me, I've got an online group, and when I switch my laptop off, I don't see them.
Yeah.
So it's quite elective for me when I go in and interact with them.
Yeah.
But for you, you live in that community.
Yeah.
How do you ever take time off?
If I don't check any of my devices, like my phone, my mobile phone, that's the device that I use the most. So if I don't check it, it's fine.
Okay.
My phone's on silent all the time, so
Okay.
I don't hear any notifications. But it's like I'll tell myself, okay, I'm taking a break from my content creation or my posting, scheduling, and I put my phone down, and I'm like, let's go to Canva. And it's like, I love Canva. Canva. It's just like a creative.
Is that your other favorite app after Facebook?
Let me choose. But I really love. I love Canva so much. I'm on Canva all the time, so that's like pastime for me.
Yes,
I'm happy when I go into Canva.
Yes.
Let me just find a reason. Let me just create something.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I have to agree that I'm also definitely a Facebook Canva girl. The two apps together are so powerful. How has being a part of the accelerator supported you with building an ecosystem for sustainability?
It's actually jump-started me to connecting, to actually really checking on the people that we have in our communities, It's not always easy in every community, and if you in the online space, in the global online space, like with Melanie's communities, I think it might be a bit more difficult in a sense because you're not there. So for me, like now, for example, where we at now at our labs, they are an ecosystem partner for my company.
Okay. How do they fit in?
So they are digital labs, and they also, our lab stands for Reconstructed Living Labs. I don't want you to speak for them, but they are incubating entrepreneurs at the moment.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what they do is, so whenever I have any projects or initiatives going pertaining to entrepreneurship,
Yes.
they would support it by supporting their entrepreneurs, in turn supporting me.
Yes.
So, like for example, with the market, they would pay for some of their vendors' fees, or if we have events, they will pay for the entrepreneurs to come to my events.
Okay.
And in turn, that helps me as well, because
Yes.
then I can cover costs. So it's, and we support one another. I'm on a steering committee with them as well.
Okay. Amazing. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, and it's great. I think for me now, like everything's just happening naturally, but it also takes a lot of practice. And the accelerator helped me so much, even with the rapid prototyping, because now I rapid prototype everything. you know? It's literally boosted me personally so much. So it doesn't even really matter about funding, because every project needs, not it doesn't matter, but every project needs to sustain itself. So once if you haven't found the funding yet, but you do have those support systems in place, especially with your ecosystem partners, because depending what the type of community, so this is a general community, I run mainly general community groups where I am physically able to be in contact with people. But then again, with groups like yours, you know, it's, Melanie, you could still show up great online. You do show up great online. So I'm sure people are not going to say no to you. You know, you could still put it out there and find the partners, you know, that you feel. Yeah.
So most of your ecosystem partners are local and on the ground here?
Yeah.
They're not virtual?
No.
Okay, interesting. Except for Meta, of course.
Yeah.
Except for Meta.
Yeah.
Except
And
for Meta.
like with our ward council, with the ward, you know, so they also support me in what I'm doing to make the spaces available. You know, and just give me whatever support I need. I'm also the business champion of our ward community area, so that helps a lot as well. That has just opened up more channels. It's gotten me to meet with ecosystem partners that are important for our city. You know, so I feel that I've been networking with the right people, or it's actually what you're putting out there, like with what you're doing in your communities. People touch on that, and I think eventually, you know, if you've got everything sorted, you've got your strategies, you've got your plan in place, you know, or your development plans or whatever, the right people are going to come your way. But I think one of my problems that I'm admitting is that I've never really believed in myself too much before. And when we don't believe in ourselves, who's going to believe in us?
True story. So I hope after participating in the accelerator, you have a little bit more belief in yourself.
Oh, definitely. I mean, to be celebrated on a global level continuously, you know, it's really amazing.
Has it changed the way people perceive you and treat you?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like people do, you know, but that's not really what I'm looking out for.
No, not at all. But you know, have things changed since you've participated?
Yeah, I mean, there's more recognition.
Okay.
You know, because I think one of the things, like even with Ocean View, you know, people feel like they are forgotten. You know, even though the area is situated it's a world-class tourist destination.
Yes.
That whole area. And then you get a community that is just like, oh, okay, there they are, or, you know. So for us doing these kinds of exercises or programs, or, you know, what we're doing now, we are documenting, basically.
Yes.
So we are showing you evidence of what's happening out here. You know, so that has helped me too, because I'm also part of the people, you know. Like I said to Renee Parker once of Art Labs when I was here at a meeting, and I said to her, you know, I don't have anything to give back to my communities, but I do whatever I can do, you know? Like,
how do you feel you don't have anything to give
like,
back? You put so much energy into everything.
I don't have all this funding of my own, do you understand? Where a lot of people see what they need in terms of money, you know? Oh, I need to... Oh, it's always about money. Yes, we do need money, but we also don't, you know. So
how can we just show up and be self-reliant?
Yeah, and that's also what I've been trying to inspire people, but I'm also so inspired because like now I've got everything, like my visions are being realized in all the people that are in my life right now. You know? So.
Amazing. Thank you so much that I'm a part of your vision.
We are on the one vision, one world vision, one multi-universe.
We're imagining a beautiful world together.
Yeah.
Lucretia, thank you so much for this wonderful conversation today. Thank you so much for putting together the incredible snapshot window tour experience into your beautiful community. It's been so incredible for me this past week to get this window into your world. And thank you for showing me what upcycled textiles look like here where you live.
Oh, thank you, Melanie. Thank you. Your energy was actually much needed, and I'm really happy to finally have connected in the real world. So yeah, we're together forever now.
You're getting rid of me now.